So, a warm welcome to one and all. I have a quick question for you. Let's start our webinar. It's time. So, I have a quick question for all of you. How many of you wanted to do something big last week but just got distracted with some chips or memes or Netflix? You can write in the chat box. So, you can write in the chat box yes if you experienced this. You thought that I'll be doing something great today, but then you got distracted with some social media content or chips or something else.
Yes.
So you are on the right place. So that's why we are going to discuss about this, mindset. So today's webinar is all about this. I welcome Rama ma'am. Rama ma'am, is IB leader and she keeps guiding many schools, teachers, principals, and also management so that quality of education can be ensured. I welcome you, Rama ma'am, for this webinar on Winning Mindset Blueprint. And thank you, ma'am. And I also welcome all the lovely parents over here in this platform who have taken their precious time out for this important topic. Thank you so much for joining. I will be your host. My name is Surabhi and I belong to Heartfulness Institute. We are in 160 countries and we are into relaxation, meditation, detox techniques, everything that relates to cognitive wellness, emotional wellness, mental wellness, and even physical wellness, your overall holistic wellness. So, Heartfulness Institute is 100 years old organization and I have been associated with it for last 30 years. And I think Rama ma'am is also associated with it for last 12 years now. I think more than that, ma'am.
Yeah. More than that, ma'am. Yeah, very true.
Yeah. And Brighter Minds is an educational initiative which has been taken from all the studies and researches of neuroscience. It's a part of Heartfulness Institute. And we keep working with children, youth, adults, and adults of any age, So the overall objective of Brighter Minds is to work on your cognitive wellness and also improve all the cognitive abilities like how to concentrate more, how to become more emotionally resilient, how to become more intuitive so that you can take better decisions in life, how to be more creative, So different studies and researches are available in neuroscience. What Brighter Mind does, there is a research team from 160 countries. So the team basically makes different structured programs, fun-filled programs, so that in this fun journey, you also get those benefits of your mind. So Swaraj sir and myself, we have been working together, and Rama ma'am is our right hand. I should say she is our spine. She has always been there for children, for parents, for teachers, for everyone. So let's start our webinar. Rama ma'am, our first thing is I've already sent you many questions that parents have shared with us. But first thing that I would like to talk to you about is what is actually mindset? Because it's very important to understand what is mindset itself. Why mindset? Why not only mind?
Yeah, absolutely, ma'am. A very, very important thing, and it's a research-based topic. Okay, if you really look at it, mindset nowadays, many modules, many books, many things are available, and that is what the Brighter Mind program as well as Heartfulness is contributing, right? So mind is something which is invisible part. We cannot see it, right? But it is one thing which drives you, which makes us understand, and we take decisions. We create feelings, right? People forget what we speak, ma'am, what we give them, or what we speak, or we make them, I must say that we share certain things. People will only remember when they get those feelings. So mindset is something which has a strong connect with the brain and the heart. Okay, and it is something which you can really develop it. It can be sharpened. It can be sharpened very well, but for that you need to know the technique. You need to have and clear understanding. How am I going to develop the mindset which is going to be very, very helpful for every individual, because we all are, born on this earth with some purpose. Okay. But then the purpose to get it fulfilled, you need to develop that mindset.
Right, very right, ma'am. So and also when we say develop mindset, most of the things are done in the childhood itself. So we have one activity for all our parents. What we are going to do now, you can just close your eyes and just go to your childhood. Let's travel back. It's time travel. Close your eyes and travel back in time. Go to your childhood and try to think, was there any moment when you thought that I give up? Close your eyes. When something happened in your childhood and you thought that I give up. Try to remember that moment. Now, as Rama ma'am says, you sharpen. So I say you erase that memory with eraser.
Yes.
And then change that particular moment to a positive one. Now I would request Rama ma'am to also, take you to few more moments, and then and then let's redo.
Yes, very true. Very nice exercise, ma'am, where people will start introspecting, revisiting, because this is something as a mind and a brain game, which is going to take place now. So, as you rightly said, let them close their eyes and listen to us right now when we are giving them certain kind of a statements. Okay, they need to think about it. How can they convert this statement in a positive manner? Correct? Yeah.
Correct.
So you said,
so you all are going to do that.
Yeah, I give up. So Surbhi ma'am, to your answer, I would say I will never, ever, ever give up. Okay.
Now I would say I would try different strategies now.
Correct. So, every individual will have a different kind of a sentences coming. Now, my second sentence, Surbhi ma'am, is coming to every individual. They're closing their eyes and they're saying, this is too hard. In our life, we have gone through a journey, the children are around us, and sometimes we say, this is too hard. Revolve around this sentence. Many of us keep saying this sentence in our daily life. Can we convert this sentence into the positive thought? Is there anybody, Surbhi ma'am, who would like to express? Yeah.
You can write in the chat.
Yeah.
You can also express. You can talk about it.
Yeah. Before we go ahead. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This is too hard, we said, and we are going to convert this sentence into the positive thought. Should I move ahead, Surbhi ma'am? Should I move ahead?
Yes, I think let's move ahead.
Let's move
all
ahead.
in respect. Yeah.
The third sentence is, I quit. I have done. Okay. Think about it, how you can make it positive. Fourth sentence, what a horrible mistake. Mistakes in life, everybody does it. And through mistakes only we learn. So let's think about it. If you do any mistake, not to repeat it, what you will do it, or how you will overcome with the sentence. Next sentence, this is good enough. Okay, something you have done it and you feel you are satisfied where you are, what you have done. You don't have any aspiration, you don't have any dream to achieve more. Think about it, how you can convert it into the best possible manner. Next sentence, I can't make this any better. Again, you are...
Any situation, yeah.
Any situation, you are saying, no, this much is done. Now I cannot do more than this. I give up. Okay. And the last but not the least, plan A didn't work. But did I had a plan B in my pocket? Did I, when I decided to go somewhere, did I had a plan B, which we always require, right from the admissions of the children, when you get the marks, when you get the scores, taking admission for engineering, medicine, so many things. Do you have a plan B? So, which is very, very important. Isn't it, Surbhi ma'am?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we can all revisit from childhood till date, and different moments we keep on thinking, like that, it comes. And what I have experienced is not all of us are perfect, right? All of us are human beings, and sometimes we do things and then we, keep thinking about these things, take that guilt. So how to change our mindset? How to change our mindset so that we don't give up, so that we always go positive? So one way that we were talking about is change your world. So change your mind. That is one way, right?
Yes,
absolutely. What I want to talk about is, like, what is the impact of this mindset, ma'am? Why to build that mindset? Why not live like that and chill?
Okay. No, ma'am. To be very, very honest, and in taking into consideration, today's world scenario and all that, if you really want to utilize, or you have to live your life purposefully, then this is something which is very, very important, that you need to have to develop this mindset, and which can be very easy. It's not that difficult. As I said, like, you can sharpen the pencil, you can tune your mind, you can be always hovering around with the positive attitude, because your words matters a lot. They come out, right? And I had heard this sentence many a times. God is saying tathastu all the time. So it matters a lot what you rightly said. Change your words, change your mindset. And that's why we took this exercise. And Surbhi ma'am, there are ways out. Like, there is a university, Stanford, who has done a lot of research, where we have wonderful examples what kind of a research has been done on the school going children, university going people. We can change the mindset, and that's just what I had observed in Brighter Minds, where you give that impactful impression once the children go through those various levels, and mindfulness throughout the life follows it, it nurtures it further.
So there are practical ways, like we build our muscles, we build muscles of our mind also. That is called mind training. And unintentionally, unconsciously, we all are doing mind training as parents. And many a times we keep on repeating our parenting style, right? Whatever we have received from our parents, we think that, same thing should be given to children. That is the right thing to do. But we need to, I think again, what we are doing with our children, so that we are developing that mindset. I'll quickly share with you one experiment by Carol Dweck, ma'am. So Carol Dweck is a very well-known name in mindset, strategy. So she actually, did this experiment with few children who were who were 10 years old. She gave them a little bit hard maths problems, right? So they were not very easy problems. Then she saw that there are two groups. One group was who was completely devastated. They could not do it, and then they were really, really devastated. They were really sad and like that. And others said, maybe I will practice more and do better next time. So she again experimented on that, and then she found the people, the students who were devastated, who thought that they could not do well, now they will not be able to do well. So she when she went back in their parent family background, she saw that parents were appreciating for their talent. So when we appreciate our children for their talent, for their intelligence, so what happens? They develop this mindset. Suppose I fail, that means I'm not intelligent. So I will not try something in which I will fail, because that will prove that I am not intelligent.
Correct.
And also when they fail, they show three things. either they will find someone who got lesser score than them. For example, suppose some child got 60%. Mother asked, why did you get 60%? Then child, Mama, my friend got even 50% marks. I at least got 60%. They will find someone who comparison. Second, some children, when Carol Dweck did that experiment, Rama ma'am, some children said that I will cheat next time.
Yeah, cheating happens.
Because they want to make sure that results are there.
Yeah.
And then there was third set who said, I will not study at all. I will not come to give exam itself. They quit. So nowadays we see that many children, they will try one thing and then they will leave it. Within few days, they will leave that particular activity and jump to next one and then jump to next one. The moment they need to put some efforts in that activity, they will just leave it. So how to do that? How to fix that mindset, Rama ma'am? We would like to have practical strategies from you. How to fix that mindset so that children put more efforts, because unless they put more efforts, unless they give it a try, anyway they are not going to make it.
Correct. Absolutely correct. Like what a good research you shared with everybody right now, and that's true, genuinely true, that this is something which is happening around us. So if you want to change that, if you want to really develop the mindset, ma'am, which I had seen in my schools also, okay, when the children have, like, definitely it comes from a family background, okay, because family background matters a lot. What kind of interactions happens in the family is very, very important. So when you have a fixed mindset students, okay, I mean to say the families, when you're grooming it, where you quickly give up, you feel discouraged if you have such kind of a children. And when you have a children who are coming from a growth mindset backgrounds, where they are ready to accept the challenges, ma'am, okay, they are ready, that there is a hope in them and they want to try different things. So this all comes from the houses, okay, what kind of an interactions, how the parents are behaving, how the role modeling has been done at home. That way it happens. And I'll share a quick story over here, ma'am. In my school, the children is to participate in various games, as well as academic. Like we had a world math toppers also in the school, and I remember there were twins. I will not name them, but the twins were there. Now you know that very well, when you have a twins children, one may be an extremely highly intelligent, one may be little low, okay, academically. And the names of those children are on my tongue, but I'm restricting myself. And the teacher identified that spark in the children, and teacher took that kind of an efforts, making the child believe that yes, you can be the maths topper. I'm talking about IGCSE board, okay, world maths topper. And that child, I'll tell you, the teachers to spend time in the evenings, used to give a lot of work to the child, and it was like driving the child on that path. Okay, and it made the child believe that yes, he can do it. Whereas the other child was a mediocre one, okay, he was good in sports, so the teacher made sure that it was given that kind of a confidence. And you need to drive the children, you need to believe, you have to stand by them in certain areas, then only the things happen. And I remember the child took so much of an efforts. He was so many papers he must have solved, past papers, everything, because the child by that time had developed that dream that I want to be the world maths topper, okay, it's for me and for my school, okay. And you won't believe, consecutively 2 years, ma'am, we were getting a world's maths topper. Definitely it was the efforts of principal, it was the efforts of teacher and the children. But who was the one who, ignited that? It is people around them. So you need, like how the Carol is saying, you need to have that kind of a mindset to be developed.
True. So ma'am, exam time is going on, so results will be out soon, okay. Or some schools, they have already results out, right? So if you are focusing on marks, if you are focusing on grades, There is one university in Chicago, right? High school university in Chicago. And they give the grade like passed, not yet.
Yes, very
not
true.
yet means work more, right? When you give a student like A, B, C or 60%, 70%, student starts thinking maybe I am not good at maths. Consequently, if the student is getting suppose 70% or 80%, then the child starts thinking that people who are getting 90% are more intelligent. Now here comes the role of parents. It's not that they are more intelligent. No one is born intelligent. Intelligence should be nurtured. It's just that you practice little less, practice little more next time, right? So this part, ma'am, I want to emphasize here that let's give it a try with our students, with our children. Not yet. So you will practice more. So don't focus on immediate results. Focus on not yet, so that their future can be built, because our vision is higher. We have to think about future, not the immediate result.
Absolutely correct. And this reminds me, not yet. Okay. Again, I go back to my, small story. I hope everybody enjoys, because these are all practical, practically seen things.
Yeah.
Like each child, there should be some kind of a dream, right? And you see so many successful people, but then when you tell them the biography to read, or you tell them, the stories of it, don't tell them that only about what they have achieved now. Okay. You need to make sure that how was the process. So I always believe process is very important than the final product. Correct? How did they do that? How did they do that? It has not just happened. Okay. So on that journey, they were saying, not yet, it has happened. Right? The university has come out with a very good coining word. And I had seen one wonderful example. I had a child in my school whose parents were in Japan, ma'am. The child was in the school, and in grade 2, he was admitted in the boarding. Okay. And the child was very good, passionate about, swimming. And every day the child at 2:45 our swimming classes is to begin. He used to come in my office. He used to tell, I'm going to the swimming pool. Will you come to see? Okay. And since the parents were not around, it is to make me feel, my inner conscious is to tell me, no, Rama, you have to go for that child. And the way the child is to do the practice, the efforts were amazing. I mean to say, he used to just dive down into the water. His coach had taught him, when you're swimming, you will not look at the other lane. Okay, you will only focus on your own lane. And he used to go to the other end. He used to ask the coach, how much is the time taken? Okay, because he was attempting for the competition. Now tell me, this efforts, consistent efforts, made that child outshine. So not yet, every day, that seconds which the, on the stopwatch the coach was counting, it was always not yet. So you need to develop. When I told the parents that this is what your child is doing, there were tears when the parents came in their eyes. They were saying, so somewhere parents are irresponsible who develop this attitude, not yet. Okay, you need to show them the process, how the people go. There are wonderful examples of sports personalities, right, ma'am, which can give you successful business people are there. So you need to tell them how difficult path was for them and how did they never ever give up. Efforts, consistent, but there was a dream, there was a goal to be achieved.
Because it's very, especially important to understand, think about these things now, because nowadays the education system is such that we are focusing on marks. Marks of my child should be like above 90% at least. If I'm very moderate, then above 90%. So focus on the efforts. If the child is putting right efforts, if the child is learning. Anyway, I don't remember my 6th grade marks, ma'am. When I was in 7th grade, I don't remember how many marks did I get. But the learning will take the child ahead. So the thing that the activity that we did in the beginning was suggested by Rama ma'am. Thank you, Rama ma'am. And this gives me a clue of the technique that can be used by all of us. Try to think, what is coming to your mind and analyze it before saying. suppose you are understanding that yeah, this thing can go in negative way, catch the thought there itself, change it to positive, right?
Yeah.
You are in
Here,
grade 10th, you are wasting your time. When you think about saying that, catch the thought there, change it to positive, and say that okay, you can plan, you are doing good, and let's do it better together. So Rama ma'am, am I right?
yes, it's
These
absolutely fine.
suggestions we have to
Yeah.
replace.
So this is something where, ma'am, journaling plays a very, very important role. Okay, when the child is writing, okay, let us pen down the thoughts. Okay, even the parent should do it, because parenting is an art. Okay, it's that we always say that there's no manual for parenting, right? So let us journal it. Let us pen down. Let us type it in your mobile. Okay, what are you going to how you're going to motivate, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I remember, when I read about this again, the Dweck's experiments only. When you have the children, okay, when they are praised for intelligence, okay, what happens? Like they did a good research for class 5 students, and when they came to know that the children were praised for their intelligence, because the teacher is to say that you are very smart, you did it very well, kind of a thing. And there was other group of children, they were praised for their efforts. They were praised for efforts. But do you know that what happened as a result? As a result, when they gave the assignment to the children, the smart children, okay, who were the intelligent, they chose very, very easier task. Why? Because there was there was a fear of failing. But where the children were, appreciated for their efforts, they chose the harder task, and they showed more resilience and improvement.
Let me take the challenge types.
Yeah. And this is what is, it's been proven. So this is actually, how the praising efforts can foster the growth mindset.
Yeah. So instead of praising talent, intelligence, let's change it to praise their efforts.
Correct. So
instead of saying you are smart.
Yeah. So we need to develop that culture around us where we say that effort, reflection, and persistence. Okay, I repeat my words, ma'am. With a culture which we need to develop around the children is all the time taking effort. Even you take a small young child who is born, when he starts learning to walk, we said, come, you can walk, right? We hold the hand, then we leave the hand, and the child starts walking. Everybody, now we all have gone through that process. Correct. So the efforts are very, very important. Reflections, definitely you need to reflect on it. Yes, you can hold and walk, kind of a thing. And persistence, consistency, right? These matters a lot. So this has to be viewed, and this has to be a culture around us. And this culture will definitely create that kind of an environment. And when culture and environment is created, you get automatic results.
Correct. Ma'am, one more thing I would like to include in that. Let us have that environment of appreciating failures as well.
Of course, ma'am.
Why not? If the child has put efforts, why not say that yes, you have put efforts and we'll do it more next time. Yes. Say it happily. Don't make sad face when your child is getting good.
Absolutely correct. So you need to have always a plan B. That is what, again, we go back to our words, plan B. Like now this did not work. You did not achieve whatever you had planned, but that's fine. Okay. You tried your level best. Now let's see with more efforts, what can be the plan B for it.
Yeah? True.
Very true, ma'am. Very true.
So we also have got few questions, ma'am. So let us take those. But before that, I have invited few children today to talk about it, because it's very important to know from children what they have experienced. Because in Brighter Minds we keep doing that. This is functional training of mind training, structural training. How we can bring those changes in children, improve concentration. But we say it is a gift for lifetime. Yes. And it is, right? So how do we sustain that? That was one of the questions we got in, when they were filling registration form. How to sustain mindset? Like I wanted to diet, but I should be dieting even when samosa is in front of me. So Uma Parekh is here with us. Uma, are you here?
Hi, ma'am. Yes, I'm here.
Hi, Uma.
Mhm.
So,
So, Uma has joined us from Gujarat.
Mhm.
And yeah, so I welcome Uma. Uma, when did you
thank you,
complete
ma'am.
your Brighter Minds? I actually forgot. 4
I
years, 5
just
years,
2020, yes, 4 years. Now
5 years.
5 years. Yeah.
Yeah. So I would request you to speak about this. I mean, what are your thoughts?
So, like from what ma'am was sharing right now, I feel I had a very similar experience of like we have been shared success stories and everything that encouraged me to be what more to be what I am right now. Because I also talk to my friends about this very usually that so I have this habit of studying in college at very random places, and now I have formed a routine of studying for 2 or 3 hours every day so that I do not mess up with other activities that I'm into for the entire day or फिर आके कोई बोले नहीं that you are not being studying well, you are not doing this well. So I have made sure that 2 or 3 hours I'm going to do this strictly every day. So more persistent I'll be with it, the better results I'll get, and which is true. But I got this through Brighter Minds. So yeah, every time my friends asks me that how can you be so persistent, even seniors, juniors, everyone coming around the stairs like I said where sit and study, they are like, are you sitting here for the entire day and doing this? Like, how can you just be so adamant about your work? Like, we have not seen anyone being so dedicated to this thing. So I usually tell them that it is because I did a course back then when I was in my 12th standard, 10th standard, I guess, and it taught me so much that and I never knew that I'm learning all of this till the time I started practicing this. It was a magic, and it is still a magic, which I don't know how I'm discovering, but yeah, but so yeah, I'm very overwhelmed because right now if I'm speaking and I realize कि यार ये तो बहुत कुछ कर दिया था, but ये तो पता ही नहीं चला कि इतना सारा किया था तब.
So Hima is
And
asking which courses are you talking about? So she wants to know.
oh yes, Brighter Minds का Alpha and Alpha Plus course.
Oh,
So yeah, I guess I first did Alpha Plus and then I did Alpha, and both of them were different experience in themselves. Even like right now, I have the activity music of Brighter Minds on my app list where first pinned up. Every time I'm driving my scooter or I'm just reading a novel or something, I still listen to that activity music, and it is helping me so much. And about the resilience part, I guess it always comes through practice. And I always remember Daji's words that it always just takes one step, and it is not a process, it is just one step to decide to do something or not. And in that one moment, you change everything for yourself. And every time if I have to make a tough decision where I like to choose the softer one, which is nicer one, but might be not a better one, I always close my eyes and for few minutes I visualize like what it is going to be if I take this path and what it is going to be if I take this path. And one question that I always ask myself is like, will my parents be proud if I do this? Or will my journey till now, whatever I have done, will that Uma be able to stand this decision? And if the answer is no, then no matter how much I like that decision, it is better to drop it for some time and take the next option or just hold on for a few minutes and let destiny decide what's right. But through this, I only learned two things: resilience and patience, which which empowered me with dedication. Yeah.
so
Thank you.
you made me a proud trainer of yours, Uma, with your thoughts. I'm really feeling proud. Something like it. Thank you so much for sharing.
You're blessed.
Ma'am.
I will say she's really blessed, ma'am. The reason is the way she's expressing, and at such an age, if you achieve this, okay, every time for every decision, if she's thinking on these lines, life is made.
Yeah. And my life is also made, ma'am. I was
Yeah, and
happy when I
actually,
see my children growing like this. No?
ma'am, I want to share one small incident. I just gave CUET ka exam previous month, and I had prepared nothing. I literally had prepared nothing because I had my exams going on. I had one another activity going on side by, and I had no plans to give CUET. But then I was like, because it is a competitive exam, we should. I went there. So they have this procedure that they make you sit 30 minutes before the examination in the hall, and you have nothing. We don't have our phones. We have no pen, nothing. So all I did was I drank water. Ma'am, as you taught us, drink water when you are in anxiety. I had water. I closed my eyes and I was centering myself. I was like, I have my intuition. I have studied everything, and I just used to be on those grounds that what ma'am had taught us. Every Brighter Mind class begins with this centering prayer that Master is with us and within us and is guiding us. And that helped me so much. In that 1.5 hour, I thanked all the gratefulness I had for Brighter Minds in those 1.5 hour, because it was only because of Brighter Minds, that calmness, that composure, and that intuition, that I could give that exam well. And without zero preparation, I guess I gave the bestest of mine.
Brighter Mind is delighted to have you.
Yeah. I'm very delighted to have Brighter Minds work.